NQE checks provide the ability to perform custom verification within the Forward Enterprise platform on top of the NQE data model. Users previously had to write custom verifications outside the application, but with In-App NQE checks, you now can write these checks within the Forward Enterprise platform. Let's create an example NQE check. This example NQE check will validate that every interface in the network that is admin up should also be operationally up. We'll follow a 3-step process to create this check. Step 1. Explore the data model provided by NQE and find the relevant fields for the check we're trying to create. Step 2. Create the check by querying for violations using 3 simple constructs: for each, where, and select. Step 3. We will execute and save the check. If the query finds violations, the check will fail, and the violations will form the failure diagnosis. If we do not find violations, the check will pass. So let's get started. This is our demo network. Go to the Verify application and click on the newly available NQE Query Checks option. Then click on Add an NQE check. Let's name this check Interface Status. For intent, admin up should imply operationally up. For step 1, we need to find the relevant pieces of data. On the right side of the screen, we can see the data model, which is the data exposed by NQE. This data is hierarchically organized. Network is at the root, under which we have the name, platform, interfaces, and so on. Since we're interested in creating a check around the admin status, let's start by looking for that field by searching admin. Here's a field called admin status. According to the Inline Documentation, it can take 2 values, down or up. Let's click this link to see an example of the starter query. Let's copy and paste this and move to step 2. As mentioned earlier, we're going to use 3 constructs: for each, where, and select. We are iterating over all the devices, and for each device, we are iterating over all interfaces on that device. Select is outputting device name, interface name, and admin status. This is simply a way for us to iterate over all the elements and return the admin status. Since we are querying here for violations where admin status is up, but operational status is not up, let's add a where clause. Interface.adminStatus equals adminStatus.up, and interface.operStatus does not equal operStatus.up. We also need to output the operation status. If we see a red underline, then that means we spelled something wrong. Did we mean interface? Yes. Now let's prettify this. Moving to step 3, click Execute. Immediately, we get a bunch of results of interfaces that are admin up, but operationally not up. Since we have found violations, we can save this check and see that the check has failed due to the violations. Also included within this feature are inline documentation and a whole bunch of examples that you can use to get started. All of this is now built into the Forward Enterprise platform, so you can try it out for yourself.